Here we go. I'm sorry. I didn't see you, baby.
Yeah, I've been here for a minute too.
Oh, you've been here for
Just
me?
so you know, yeah, I couldn't figure out how to get in there. Let me make sure I'm positioned because I had the camera set up just for myself.
Right. Let's make sure
Yeah.
we look. Hold on.
I'm here for a while.
You know what I'm saying? Now make sure I look right. You know what I'm saying on the camera. Yeah. Bah.
Okay. You look familiar. Now I see your face. You look familiar. Like we were running the school halls together for a little while. So I think it's coming back slowly.
It's coming back slowly, right? It's coming back slowly.
Yeah,
All right. But for the people that don't know, right? We got Dr. Natural right here on the platform. We are Flatbush. And you know, we had a little talk before she got on the platform, and she was letting me know, you know, what school she went to. We're going to talk about all of this tonight. But, you know, we're going to talk about all of this tonight. So, first things first, I appreciate you. It's an honor to have you on the platform.
Oh, thank you. It's an honor to be here. I love Flatbush now.
You know, we are Flatbush. Flatbush.
Of course.
You know, it's in the heart right here, you know? And you're a new star that's coming out of Flatbush. So much birth of stars, of people, underground celebrities, and now you're a new birth that's coming out of there. So get started. I mean, you're from Guyana. So are you raised in Guyana?
No, actually, I was born in Manhattan.
Oh.
So, but my parents are from Guyana. Both of my parents. I spoke about this when I did my interview on Caribbean Power Jam. So my father's family.
Your interview on We Are now, right?
Yes. So I'll repeat it. I have no problem repeating it. My father's father is from Barbados. His mother is from Guyana. Both of my maternal grandparents are from Guyana. But both of my parents were born in Guyana, and then they met here in the States, and I was born in Manhattan until my mom moved to Brooklyn, and I grew up in Brooklyn. I was raised in Brooklyn. I went to Long Island briefly for 2 years, and that didn't end so well. Okay. And I probably got shipped back.
You got shipped back. You get shipped back.
Huh?
You get shipped back.
I got shipped all the way back. But it was actually my time in at Roy H. Mann. They got me shipped to Long Island.
Well, hold on. Okay. Hold on. Let's go speed it up. Let's speed it up. You know what I mean? We're going to do this right here. We're going to take our time. Get Roy H. Mann. Roy H. Mann, you still look good. Okay, I went to Roy.
Yeah, I remember that's what we spoke about.
Cool. Now, okay. Now, what years did you go to Roy H. Mann? Because I graduated in 88.
And I graduated in 87.
Okay, and so we had to be in the school at the same time.
Yeah, that's why I said you look familiar.
Yeah.
I look totally different though, and I was always fighting.
Oh shit! I should know you because I was always fighting too.
Yeah.
VIP crew, so we was fighting every day.
I know. I remember the VIP crew.
Yeah, I'm one of the members. I'm one of the members. Guilty.
Okay. You're not still a member, are you?
Yeah, I'm still a member for life.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't mean that we still active.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't mean we're still active. It's still life. VIP for life.
Got it. All right.
It's the VIP for life is in the heart, but we ain't active running around. We grown men now. You know, we doing different things. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. I can respect that. I can definitely respect that.
I'd be a damn fool to be robbing and beating people up for headphones and a baseball hat at 50 years old. I'd be a damn fool. You know? Damn fool. But continue your story. Now you said Roy H. Mann, and I'll continue.
Right. So straight out of Roy H. Mann. Excuse me, I was sent to Long Island, Westbury to be exact. And then, so my mom thought it would be better if I went to go live with my dad in Long Island. But I was fighting out there too. And so I got shipped back to Brooklyn, where I went to Tilden. And I graduated from Tilden in 91.
Damn, I went to Tilden too.
Yeah, but I was very good in Tilden. I was very good. I made a lot of friends. I had a great time in Tilden. Yeah, we used to go to a Lucky Corner store, buying heroes.
Yeah.
I
I had a back.
Trini was the coolest security guard, and he used to let us in on the side door.
You know Trini passed away, right?
He did. Yeah, I remember because I'm in the
Man, that was my
in the Majah Tilden group on Facebook.
okay.
So I remember they posted it recently that he passed away. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we went to the same school. We went to Roy H. Man. We just say, paths and know each other, but we was in the same environment. So explain to the people before you get any further, but like growing up, going to school in Flatbush, like explain to the people like Roy H. Man in a white neighborhood, black, and then going to Rutgers. Explain to the people that don't know about it. Explain to me how that was.
That was a rude awakening because before going to Roy H. Man, I went to private school. So I was really sheltered, I was a good girl in my uniform and stuff like that. So literally being thrust into a racist environment was a very rude awakening. Like I at that age, I had no idea how ugly the world was. Right. And there was a lot of racial tension amongst the children. And that's what I try to tell people. Because at one point I was a teacher very briefly. And, I tell people, hate, racism, all those things are taught. And it was very evident to me going to Roy H. Man that these children, we were all so young and they were filled with so much hatred. And as an adult, looking back, I think up to a couple of weeks ago, I happened to look at my Roy H. Man high school yearbook, and you didn't realize how subtle the segregation was within the school system. So I remember very clearly in the 8th grade, like I said, my mom sent me to private school, so she spends a lot of money to make sure I was well educated, well spoken, et cetera, et cetera. And so I always excelled in school. So then to get to Roy H. Man and have us divided from, I think it was 8-1 to 8-4 was like the honors class. And then 8-5 to 8-10. And then the higher the number went, we were supposed to be quote unquote stupid. And I'm like, and they put me 8-10. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be like in 8-1 or 8-2. And, but as a child, you don't know, you're just feeling some type of way. But that's the way they, it's like they put that into your subconscious, right? That you're not good enough because you're black, right? So now as an adult, when I look back and I see from 8-1 to 8, they literally, because segregation isn't legal, they found a way to do it legally. Right. By putting all the...
And it's down. I really love the way you're breaking. I'm glad I asked.
Yeah, if you look, but it's right there. It's clear as day in the yearbook from 8-1 to 8-4. For white children with a little speckle of black, to appease us, and then from 8-5 to 8-10, we're all black kids, and that's just so bad. Like, as an adult, I look back like, wow, that's horrible what they did to us.
Like, I'm glad you said that, because we had Coco from SWV on the platform from Flatbush also. You know what I'm saying? She lived in Vanderbilt and she went to Roy H. Man also, and she also said the same thing, basically what you're saying also. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if they still do it. I don't know if they still do it.
I don't go there, but I know the shit ain't gonna change.
They're gonna find a way to get around it.
The saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I forgot how the saying goes.
Like, right.
So of course it's gonna keep on going until somebody like peeps it out and say, this gotta stop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's how it was growing up at those times. It was a racial time, especially by Roy H. Man. I went to school at those times, and it was like literally like black. Fuck out of here, nigger, and like
they were bad. They were bad. I could tell you a story. I don't know if y'all want to hear it.
Why you here? Tell the story.
Well, I can honestly say, I did tell the story to someone, but I don't remember exactly who. But one very clear memory of a fight that I had when I was in Roy H. Man was riding home from school on the B41. And, I was on the bus with my little boo. And these kids, these white kids, got on the bus from South Shore.
Okay.
And they started messing with the guy I was talking to. We're kids. We're like what, 12, 13, I don't know. And the boys started messing with him. But it was a whole bunch of them and just one of him. And they started slapping him in his head. And I'm looking like, the fuck is going on here? At the time I didn't realize like how, well, I'm not like, but I didn't realize at the time that I literally have like a zero tolerance for, it's like -0 for bullshit.
Yeah.
How I can go from 0 to 90 in like 0.2 seconds. I didn't realize, but I know I'm looking like something is not right here. And one of the girls who was with them slapped holy fire out of me. My head, I think it spun around and did a complete 360. But when it did come back this way, it was on. Like I put her head through the window of the bus, and her pulled me off of her. And you slapped me in my face. Are you crazy? And I went home and I told my parents, and I was like, "Yeah, this white girl slapped me," and they were like, "You think we're stupid?" And I was like, "But it really happened, though." So that was another. It was hard not having my parents believe me because they grew up in Guyana, so they weren't. It really wasn't evident to them what was really happening.
Listen, I went through the same thing. I went through the exact same thing. My family's Guyanese, and I remember telling my mother, like, she like, "Oh, why you cut school today?" And I'm like, "I had beef, or I had a problem." And I remember coming from court, I had beef with Decepticons, and I'm coming out of court with my mother right there at criminal court, and we walking off. The Decepticons is like, "What's up, Papa?" And I'm like, "Mom, but they gave me the pass." That's one thing I could respect the street life back then. They're like, "Yo, we're gonna give you the pass because you with your moms." You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Like, and I'm like, I got beef, and that's why I go to school because he's warring with me. You know what I'm saying? So and they didn't understand it. Why I can't talk it out? I don't know. We ain't talking here in America.
Yeah, they weren't talking. It was like a fight every week. And that's why my parents just got to the point, and my mom was like, "You got to go." Like, I got, like, you got to get up out of here. She thought me going to Long Island would have been a different environment, but it was just more volatile because here it is, I'm coming from Brooklyn. These kids, they're kind of cliquish, and they've been together. My mom, Guyanese people, they like to dress. So my mom used to buy me really nice clothes. And I come to school and they're like, "Oh, there she go again, that Brooklyn girl." It was always a problem. It was always a problem. It wasn't until, like I said, I came back from Long Island and I went to Tilden. That's when I felt at home because a lot of the kids, we were all the same. We all had West Indian parents and we were born here. So we all had the same struggle, and it was just that's where I found my home, was at Tilden.
That's where you felt comfortable.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree because Tilden had the Haitians on the second floor, Makers on the first in the back, the Yankees was in the I mean, I was there, so I remember all that. You know what I'm saying? So growing up through the school era, like I said, boom, you went to Reichman, you went to the Tilden. All right. So you in the Flatbush area growing up before you, but I want to stick it to Flatbush, even when you was in Long Island. Flatbush. So even those days, like when you used to cut school.
Oh yeah, I had hookie parties at my house and everything.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the wild hookie parties. I know y'all want to get about them hookie parties.
I guess my mom went out.
Hold up. I'm really getting excited, but at the same time, yesterday was December 18th. 30 years ago, I got shot in my eye.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That day, kind of, the story, I spoke the story, it's on YouTube, y'all can look in the link. I spoke the story, but 30 years that day, December 18th. When you said hooky party, I got excited, but because it took me that long to take December 18th out of my head. About December 18th, I think about being here no more. Because I went to a hooky party.
Oh, wow. That's where it happened, at a hooky party? Oh, wow.
And don't, hold up. I'm not discouraging you to tell your story. I'm just saying everything that happened to me.
I don't think I got caught.
And you know what I mean? It'll reflect. It took me 30 years to like swallow it and really move on, because that was like a sad day to me. You know what I mean? You're like, yo, that was almost your last day, bro.
Yeah.
I have a plan for you, and I guess the plan is we are Flatbush. Because I've been hit up many times after that. So, but it's not about me. It's not about me, about you. But I'll tell your story. Sonny Winners, I'm gonna tap you in a minute. Yeah. Now tell us about the hooky parties at your crib back in the days in Flatbush. What part of Flatbush? What block? What block did you go?
On here from Tilden is because they remember we had, my next door neighbor was the DJ, and that was back in the day. That's when they used to play like the dance hall, like Shaba and Buju, and so they used to bang on the walls, and they broke my basement wall and put a hole in the wall. And my mom's boyfriend at the time, he was so cool. I told him, I was like, I had a party and my friends were here, and they broke the wall, and I don't want mommy to see. And he fixed it for me, so I didn't get in trouble. That's my daughter.
She's a nice guy. He really loves your mama.
Look, she said mouth open, story jump up.
Well, that's real GD talking right there. Mouth open, story jump out, scorned by. Oh, shit, that's a real GD.
They were trying to tell because I was so strict, but when you think about it, strict parents, we know what time it is, right? Like, you're not going to because I've been there and I've done that. So that's why, like, when you really put your foot in your kids' asses, because you know what time it is. And because you don't want, I've told my girls too, you know, on several occasions, like, I don't want y'all to be like me, you know, get your shit together. So
definitely. But hold up, we asked all these, we talking, but you didn't tell me what part of Flatbush you are from, or what part of Flatbush you used to reside in, and where these hooky parties was at.
Well, actually, the hooky party, I'm a product of several different neighborhoods in Brooklyn, right? Okay. So we first lived in East Flat. Well, no, that's not. I think that's Kensington, off of Catelli Road.
That's what part?
Catelli and East 16th. That's where we lived.
That's Flatbush.
Okay, and then we moved on Flatbush Avenue by the junction, and then my mom bought a house in East New York.
Okay. All right.
So I actually used to take the B35 to school. That's why the hood bus driver video was so on point, you know. And I was like, I can speak from a passenger's perspective because that B35 was wild. Yeah, I used to take the B35 to school.
Wow, the B35. I'm going to get to your MTA life in a minute. We walking through this right now. We walking through this. I ain't running nowhere with you. We walking through it. You're going to tip your toe a little bit with me. You hear me? You're going to tip your toe. You're going to tip your toe with me. Okay, now we did the Roy Man to school. Okay, now the children. Okay. Now I know apparently now you must have graduated and you know you're going to college and all that stuff. So all that stuff. So what was your major in college? Like, what college did you go to? Did you go out of town?
Well, the funny thing is I actually got accepted to Xavier University of Louisiana to their medical program because my mom wanted me to be a doctor. But I was in love, and so I decided to stay here with my baby daddy.
Hold up. Yeah. You don't run through things here. She don't go fly thrown over my head. So you was in love, huh?
Uh-huh.
What made you fall in love, baby?
Well, we met in Tilden, and we had a lot in common. You know, he was Guyanese as well. You know, and I was like, no, I'm not leaving my man. You crazy? Like, ain't nobody know.
Yeah, it's a lot
So
of shit.
I ended up turning down my I didn't go.
Okay.
And oh Lord, my cousin on here. So I didn't go, and I actually, because I was in love, ended up staying and having my daughter.
Okay.
So I had my daughter at 19, much to my mother's dismay. She was very, very, very disappointed.
Very dis-
But I was determined. Like, I refused to become a statistic.
okay.
So I've always been really good at, defying the odds, especially if somebody says I'm going to fail at something.
Mm.
That's all the motivation I need to excel at something. Like, it's like I have a point to prove. Like, I'm going to show you, you know.
You
So,
determined. You say you determined. You determined to reach the.
determined, yes, yes. So although I had my daughter, because I stayed, I ended up, just going to community college. So I went to a BMCC. And I remember very clearly there were days when I would take her to school with me, and she would be in class in her stroller, and I was determined nothing was going to stop me from going to school. Like, not just because I had a baby.
Hold up,
Um,
your daughter's in here. Your daughter's in here. She said, "I'm
she's
the daughter."
yeah, yeah,
Daughter.
and she's an attorney.
Okay. So your
Yes,
daughter.
so I think I was even more determined. Like I said, that's why I was so strict, because I recognized the mistakes that I made early on in my life, and I did not want my daughters to make the same mistakes. They couldn't understand it at the time, and as children, you really can't, um, convey certain things to them. Like, I don't want you to be a hot ass. I want you to focus on your books. You know what I'm saying? And they just took it as you just being annoying.
On not more or less your dream, but you want them to be bigger than you.
Yes,
You want
yes,
to be way bigger than you. You want to
much
look
bigger.
and say, you're the
Yeah.
you did bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? That's the really was all about. I'm saying,
Yeah,
continue.
I tell people all the time, like, children, they're so impressionable. And I was not the perfect mother by any means.
No,
But one thing I always did was,
perfect. None of
I'm sorry? Yeah,
none.
no, not at all. Not at all. But one thing I always did was encourage my children to shoot for the stars, or shoot for what is it? Shoot for the moon. Shoot for the stars, and if you aim on the moon, if you land on the moon.
Wherever it goes, that's what you should.
Yeah, so it's like whatever they wanted to be. If they were 5 or 6 and they said they wanted to be president, I'm like, okay, let's start working on your campaign. That was me. I never discouraged them from following their dreams. And if I saw something in them, I tried to push them and motivate them and cultivate it. And actually, my daughter, the reason why she became an attorney is because she loves to argue with me. And there's nothing worse than having a younger version of yourself arguing with you. And she always had to have the last word. But more than that, she always had like a presentation of why. Like, if I told her she couldn't do something, she would come back with a bullet, like a bullet point list of what I said before. So one day I told her, I said, you need to become an attorney, okay? She's like, to argue so much, you need to become a lawyer. And she took me seriously, and she went to law school, and now she's an attorney.
Wait, what kind?
And she's a damn good attorney too, I must say.
what kind of attorney is she?
Criminal defense, Miss Amina. Miss what is it? Amina Jones, Esquire. But she does criminal defense. Yes. Mm-hmm.
On the platform, we need you. That's next year. We need her, boy. We need her to come and defend me. Right, let's move on. Let's move on a little bit here with this. Let's get to this comic life of yours. What made you start telling jokes? Because you're telling me so far, I'm hearing your stories, right? I'm hearing I'm hearing how you transvert to this and that. So I'm like, okay, I didn't hear nothing comedian in that.
No. A lot of people.
I was a class clown. I didn't hear nothing.
No, I was not the class clown. As a matter of fact, I got nominated for being the class flirt. I was very flirtatious. And I was the diva.
Hold up. You cannot things to me and we're gonna let it slide. You said you was a flirt. Let's talk. I know you got your husband, your man. This is before those times. We was talking about it. This is what we all Flatbush about. We talking about the history back in the day. What kind? Tell me you're flirting. Come on, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
I mean, I was just like, very, hey, how you doing today? And always smiling up and stuff like. And it was really nothing behind it. I just used to like to flirt for sport, really. It was just fun, making boys blush. Yeah, that's all really it was. But I was never like a clown or a comedian or anything like that. And a lot of my friends, people are sending them the videos, and they're calling me like, "I didn't know you were funny." I said, "Girl, neither did I. I knew I made my friends laugh, and but you think your friends are just appeasing you by laughing at your jokes and stuff like that. So you don't take it seriously.
Like your friends just go along with you. You just think they just like
right.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So really my this different what's the word I'm looking for? Layer of my personality was discovered after my mom's death, after my mom died. Right. And so it became, thank you. It was just like really just a coping mechanism.
Okay.
Because I was struggling with grief and, just dealing with the loss of my mom, and I was disconnected and detached from everyone, including my family. So in that instance, when your mother dies, you usually have your family there. To support you and uplift you, but I was disconnected from them. So somewhere along the line, I started diving into my memories of, situations from when I was a child. I can't explain how it happened. I'd be driving or something, and I'd remember a story, and it just kind of happened. It just, I realized although when I'm home, like I'm speaking to you now, right?
Right.
And I'm speaking with my American accent, but that's because you're American. Or
ice past me. You ice past me. Just look at me.
I'm saying that to say,
I got you.
I don't mean that I pass. I'm sorry.
Watch your mouth, man. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Doctor, he go to the doctor.
I'm saying that to say, like, it depends on who I'm speaking to, but when I'm home, I usually, I'm in my relaxed state, I speak Guyanese, right? But I noticed, even when I wasn't at home, when I was surrounded with people who I would not normally speak Guyanese around, I was speaking Guyanese more and more and more. Oh. And I thought, and so then I just start cracking jokes. And then at some point I just started recording it. I think I posted it on my page the very first time, which was Christmas 2019. And I had to cook. I had to make pepper pot, and I had to make let me say it right because I don't want anybody coming for me. I had to make duck curry. They say it backwards. And I had to do lamb. And I worked all day, and I was so tired, and my mom didn't play when it came to cooking, right? So she prepped early, days in advance, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, I just want to get in my bed. And I just pulled my phone out, and you can see it. I'm in my room, it's dark, and I'm like, this, I don't know what to do. I was just so overwhelmed. And then, so that, I posted it a couple days. I think I posted it early this week, maybe last week. But it has like well over 2,000 views. But the first time I posted it, when I went back to reshare it, it only had 9 views.
It only had 9 views?
9. Single digit, one number. That was it.
So you're telling me you've been doing this since 2019?
That was the first time I recorded a video with my Guyanese accent and uploaded it. The second time after that was November of 2020 when Trump refused to leave the White House. And I was in my car and I just pulled my phone out and I just let it rip. And that was the first official comedic video I uploaded. And ever since then, once I realized it was making my friends laugh, because it was I didn't have a lot of followers. I don't even think I had 300 or 400 followers, you know, in the time we were in the midst of the pandemic.
Okay. We
And
saw
everyone was just really tense, right?
Mm.
And tight, and you know, we all had this fear, like if you start coughing, you're gonna die. And it was just, you couldn't even, everywhere you go, you heard this COVID, 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 COVID. And I was like, you know, I think these people need to relax. And I know that I'm good at making people laugh, you know, because I say it all the time, it's a saying of mine. And that is, you know, laughter is the antidote to life's sorrows.
that's a fact.
So if I realize, and especially even if you weren't directly affected by COVID, you know people who were. A lot of people lost family members. So everyone, and it was just this heaviness permeating the air. It was just so heavy. And I, you know, I always like making people laugh and, you know, making people feel love.
Good job. You're doing a good job at it.
Thank you.
Okay, so what video then? So what video that you had? Because you say you started 2019 with the Guyanese accent,
Right?
We're in 2021, about to hit 22.
Right.
What video that you made that went viral for you to make the people start noticing you more and you start getting mad followers?
That's a great question. So what happened was, I didn't even know the video went viral because I didn't have TikTok. And so, you know, I keep my circle is pretty small. So I posted it on Facebook. It was about the royal family when they rejected the baby. Lord have mercy, Prince Harry's baby and Meghan Markle, right? And so I posted that video on Facebook, and it got maybe like 30 or 40 views. Mm-hmm. And I posted it on Instagram, and I want to say it got maybe like 500 or 600 views, and I was happy. You know, I'm really not a numbers person. I always felt like once I put a video up, if the purpose is to make people laugh, and it makes one person laugh who's having a bad day, my job is done.
Right, I feel you. I
always looked at it, and that's how I'm going to continue to look at it. Right. So when I saw it had, you know, like 500-600 views, I was like, oh my God, like I was so excited. And then my cousin, he's in here now. I can't remember if he called me or he called my daughter, and he said, did one of your mother's videos go viral? And she was like, which one? And he said the one about the royal family. And she was like, I don't know, you know. And yeah, and so he said that he was at work and his friends were looking at it and like, you gotta look at this video. And he was like, that's my cousin. And so when it, you know, and so I brushed it off. I was like, you know, it's no big deal. And then someone else said to me, actually my aunt, she goes, do you know that video you made about the royal family went viral? And I said, you're the second person who's telling me that. And I opened Instagram and I said, this thing doesn't even have 600 views. What are you talking about? So apparently it went viral in WhatsApp.
On WhatsApp?
I was not on WhatsApp.
Damn, girl, I never heard that one. It went viral on WhatsApp?
It went viral on WhatsApp. So because, you know, a lot of people in the Caribbean, that's how they communicate. That's how they send videos and stuff. So people were just sharing it and sharing it and sharing it and sharing it. And it exploded in the Caribbean. But on my end, it looks like it's just still. So that's the thing with social media. So you don't, and that's what someone else told me too. They were like, you can't look at the numbers. You have to look at, you know, what the streets are saying. So that was the first time it came back to me that one of my videos went viral. But I was like, all right, that's cute. You know, I didn't think anything of it at all. Like I was just like, all right, you know, whatever. And then, but because I was posting, you know, regularly, my friends, they were like, you know, you need to start a TikTok. And I'm like, TikTok? Don't the kids do those stupid dances? Like, I'm not, they were like,
I feel the same way. What the fuck?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm getting on TikTok. What's wrong with you? But I did because they kept at it. They wouldn't let it go. They were like relentless. They were like, you need to start a TikTok. And I was like, okay. And I put it up. And matter of fact, I found the screenshot of the second day I started my TikTok. I had 9 followers.
Okay.
I was like, okay, now what? Like, because I wasn't sure how TikTok worked or anything like that. And you know, I had a couple ideas floating around in my head. I spoke about this before, I take sisterhood very seriously. So I like to speak to women, you know, on different topics, and not in a way to preach to them or tear them down, but more in a way to uplift them, right?
Okay.
And speak from a place of wisdom and knowledge, because I'm very knowledgeable. I'm a grandma, you know.
Okay, talk your shit, baby. Talk your shit.
You know, so it's like, you know, a lot of young people, even myself, and I have to speak on this too, because I know a lot of my videos, I say to myself, you know, nobody told me. Of course, my mom told me, but I don't think she really knew how to communicate it to me effectively. So it was going in one ear and right out the other.
Okay.
So because I have two daughters, you know, my daughters keep me in the loop with everything. So, you know,
How old is your daughters?
my eldest is 29, and my youngest is 24, and my grandson is 1. So,
got grandbaby?
I'm sorry?
You got grandbaby? Your grandmama?
Yes, and I love him. He's my heart. I love him so much. So my kids keep me in the loop with everything. So, and because I have training, you just asked me, but I never answered you. I actually majored in English, and so I'm like I'm a very skilled wordsmith, right? And so I have to find a way to communicate certain things to make sure that when I'm speaking to women who are my daughter's ages, that it doesn't go in one ear and right out the other, but it stays.
Forget about the over there.
Yeah, and so I started making, you know, like I had to figure out a way to make the videos more engaging, more entertaining. And once I did that, my 4th video on TikTok went viral.
Okay.
And that was, I think, oh God, it was something about, you know, you got to make it catchy too for these kids, right? Because you just can't talk to them regular. You have to make it that they'll remember it. So they're always talking about players and F-boys. And so I'm opening up my TikTok account now so that I can tell you exactly which one it was.
One that caught my attention was the bus one. The one that caught my attention.
So it was how not to be a side chick. That video exploded. Nobody's side chick. They were in that video taking notes, okay?
I mean,
I was like, you know, there's so many things. I'm like, y'all really just sitting here letting these dudes run game on you. Like, nobody's telling you this. What's wrong with you?
Chill. You can't be messing up. You messing it up for us, man.
I'm messing up the game.
That's like
listen, y'all have been schooling the boys from birth, so it's time somebody came in here and changed up the game a little bit and tried to school these young women.
I'm gonna have to be in front of one of your shows with picket signs talking about fucking up for the players, and she fucking players.
So I noticed on TikTok. Oh, actually, my Guyanese videos struggled a little bit on TikTok, and I was so heartbroken. I'm like, why they don't like my Guyanese videos? And then my daughter, and this is my first time giving her official props for this. My younger daughter, she's 24. She's the one who said to me, "Mom, you have to speak about trending topics." You know, she said the Guyanese videos, yeah, they're funny, but nobody really cares about what's going on. And so this was the week before Thanksgiving, because I had already posted the funeral video, and it did well on Instagram, but it stalled out a little bit on TikTok. I think it hit maybe like 300-400 views. And then, you know, she said, and I told her, I said, you know, I got this idea in my head to do a Guyanese Thanksgiving, because my family always gets ridiculous when oh boy, there she is. Yes, I'm the PR rep.
Walking food ain't got no tears.
She was definitely right about it though. And so I said to her, I said, listen, I have this idea. I want to do a Guyanese Thanksgiving because, as I mentioned, I don't know if you remember, like I said, I was disconnected from my family. So I just reconnected with them. And so all these memories just came flooding back to me like like a tsunami. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a video about a Guyanese Thanksgiving, with the family. I said, and you know how we always in Bacchanal? Yeah, but it's all in fun. And she was like, so this was the week before Thanksgiving. She said, don't let it out this week. She said, do it next week when it's closer to Thanksgiving. And so people are going to be more receptive to it. And sure enough, Mel Vibes picked it up and he put it in his stories. And once he put it in his stories, it took off. Actually, no. I'm lying. He picked up the Thanksgiving video first. That's what he put in his stories. But once I dropped that Guyanese Thanksgiving, he put it on his actual page. And then Follow Soca picked it up, and that's when it just took off.
I'm glad you threw the alley-oop to that, because that's one of my questions I was about to ask you too. Like, you starting doing the comedy skits, you know what I mean? You working your way up, you know what I mean? And you're doing your own thing and in your own lane.
Mm-hmm.
And you start to get the attention from people like you just said, Mel and Soca. Like, I feel for you that other people that do the same thing you're doing, and they appreciate you, saluting you, and they putting it on their platform.
Yeah. Oh, that was so. It was a surreal experience. It was a very humbling, like, especially being American born and being disconnected from my family so long, to know that the Caribbean community embraced me. It was just like, I can't believe this is happening. It was very humbling, like, wow, because West Indian people, we are not easy to please, and we're very critical, very hypercritical, so to be embraced by them the way that I have been, it tells me that this is truly my calling. That's what it felt like. People die and they never know what their calling is. And I don't even think, because some people say, I'm not good at anything and I'm not talented. I don't really think it's that. I think we all have the potential to tap into our greatness. However, for me, and I noticed with a lot of people, even if you look at Biggie, after he got locked up, and Tupac after he got shot, they all said their skill set really went up a notch after they went through that traumatic experience. So I think a lot of people you have to get to the point of no return in order to heal and really get to a point of I don't care anymore. And once you don't care anymore, it's like something in you is like, I'm going to be me whether you like it or not, and this is just it. And I think once you do that, that's when you unlock your true potential, because I think we've just become so accustomed to becoming what society dictates us, or who society dictates us to become. Like how my mom wanted me to be a doctor, and so many other people, their parents want them to be a nurse, and I hate to say it, I told my daughter to go to law school, but she's a very skilled lyricist. She got her love of hip hop from me. And so when she spits fire. And I'm like, oh my God, my daughter could have been, a platinum recording artist, and she probably still can. But I'm saying all that to say sometimes we don't leave the room to grow. And, we're so busy, especially as parents, trying to control the direction that our children go in, right? So for me, it was, my mom is gone, and there's nobody who could say anything to me, and I'm just going to be me. And at the time, I also have to say this, at the time that all of this took place, when I started to discover this, this hidden talent, I was single. And so I strongly believe in my heart and soul that if I were in a relationship, none of this would have come to pass, because I would have been so busy trying to be someone who I wasn't, or,
But let me
Just,
ask,
you understand what I'm saying? It's like we don't mean to do it to our significant others, but we always have to put our input in, right? Like, why you got to do that? Why you making them videos?
I want to ask you that though, as you saying that, and I want to ask you the flip side of that. Why you the success is climbing?
Right.
That because when you were single, now you say you were single, and just as climbing, did that old thing try to come back? I'm gonna know.
Actually, we've been good friends for years, years and years and years and years.
I'm nosy. Yeah, I'm nosy.
Yeah. So,
my other question to well on that, and I know homeboy right here. I'm like, yo, I'm like, what the fuck? But my other question is, you're climbing in success. You're climbing, moving real fast. I see you posted the other day. You got more followers and all of that. So with that being said, now it's like success overnight for you.
Yeah.
So fast. You know what I mean? And at your pace too. Not like some people might say, what the hell are you talking about? Like, she ain't blow up. No, at your success is moving fast in your pace. And I see it. I see like boom, pop, bop, bop. I'm seeing the success coming up. So with that being said, I know you still have a regular job. I know you still. I know this ain't paying the bills. You know what I'm saying? You got that regular job, and I know you work for MTA. So how did that work for you? That you on social media go viral through the world, American world, and you driving a bus on the MTA. Do you cross paths with your fans? Do people see you? Like, how is that life is? Can you explain that life?
No, they don't. And I honestly do believe it's because I make sure to stay out of the neighborhoods where I know for a fact people would recognize me. So
we ain't gonna blow it. So we ain't gonna blow up your route.
Right. Route. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're dealing with a street dude. You're dealing with an authentic dude. I'm not gonna blow up your route. You know what I mean? You know you're MTA. If you want to look for her, go search MTA routes.
Right. All 5 boroughs.
But so basically, you're not gonna take a route in Flatbush. That's what you're saying.
Not never.
You're not driving to B41, 46, 35, 6.
No. As a matter of fact, I was in Flatbush. I was on Church Avenue on I think it was Friday night. And I got out my car and I pulled my hoodie up, right? My head was down. And I'm like, Lord, these people don't recognize me. It's been kind of weird.
Going crazy. People like, yo, what depot she in? Yo, she did. Listen, man, stop blowing her up. She said she don't want to in the bush. That's it. Whoever
even last night we had a Christmas party at my job and the DJ was like, oh, we got a celebrity in the house. I was like, knock it off. I was like, I'm you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, I'm at work. I'm the same person that I've been. Please, I don't, So, not to mention with everything going on, I crave normalcy. I really do. I crave normalcy. Like, I enjoyed it and I'm so thankful for all the blessings, but I don't want to, I don't want my family and friends to start feeling some type of way and, treating me any differently or feel that they have to act differently.
Regular, you know what I mean? You want to, it seems that's the way you like to live your life. Even though if the success comes, you want to live a regular life. You come to a point, you know what I mean? But you just want to live your life. You know what I mean? You have your life, and then you have the success life. People take the success life as your life. Life is when I have to get booked for something, or I got to do a show, I got to do a hosting. That time comes, that's when I'm in that person. When I'm not that time, I'm mommy, wifey. I want to do this thing.
I'm telling you, I spent the whole day today, struggling to get my Christmas tree up for my grandson because I want when he comes over to be happy and laughing when he's, that's what I'm doing on a Sunday. And I was like, I didn't want to leave the house today until I got my Christmas tree up, and it's still not up. Right. So
I let the people see my little Christmas tree. We have my mama. right now. So I'm gonna ask you some other questions before they try to cut us off. I've been going.
Okay.
I'm looking at my list right here.
Okay.
Like if like towns in Flatbush, because you know it's all about Flatbush right here. So towns,
Mhm.
where you like to eat in Flatbush? Where you like to eat at? What's one of your nice spots you like to go and eat at?
I don't really eat in Flatbush too much. Anytime I go, I usually pick up takeout. That's what I do.
Oh,
Um,
let's say
yeah, but everyone already knows one of my favorite restaurants, like that makes me feel like home, and it's not even really it's more like a bakery. It's Pam's on Church in Schenectady. So
talking.
when I touch down in Flatbush, I'm going straight to Pam's. I call my daughters. I'm like, I'm going to Pam's. Y'all want anything? And I'll drop $100 easy in Pam's. You know, with bread and pastries and everything else.
Hold on, I got another question for you. Okay, since you're in the comedian world, like, what comedian you look up to, especially as a female? What female comedian you look up to, and who you would like to work with as a comedian?
Females right now, I loved, before I even got into this, I loved Nelly So Funny. Okay. I loved Jessie Woo, Jess Hilarious, okay. Some more, and it's Takara. I love them. What's the other one? Oh God. Oh, Tiffany Haddish. Okay. Tiffany Haddish. But you know, those are the really big ones. And I actually do have a collaboration video coming up, a special Christmas with Wello NYC. And I would love to work with Mel Vibes. He and I have spoken on the phone, and you know, so we're definitely gonna work together. And you know, right now I just want to grow from them and, you know, learn from them, because they're, you know, this is their craft. Like for me, you know, I make a joke about it. You know, at the end, you know, I drive the bus and I tell jokes for fun. So this all happened on accident. You know, I could have never foreseen.
This ain't happened on accident. Don't say that. This is God.
Okay. Okay.
This is God play. I don't want to hear you say that ever again.
Okay. It was. You're right. You're right. It was definitely. It was definitely meant to be. It was definitely planned. It was. I wish somebody would have given me the memo, you know, so I was prepared. But okay. But it wasn't something. It was never a goal of mine. If that sounds better. It was never a goal.
Okay. A couple more questions before I know they probably gonna cut us off. I got a couple of questions to ask you. What part of GT your family from?
Linden, from Mackenzie.
Okay, a bunch of thieves then. All right, cool. The thieves over there, Linden and the Mackenzie, a bunch of thieves.
Disrespect. Popeye.
I'm off the hook tonight. I'm off the hook.
Jason is watching this conversation tonight, please.
You had the best part. This is the best conversation I had in a minute. I know you like to cook. What's one of your favorite dishes you like to make?
Guyanese. I love callaloo cook-up. I love callaloo cook-up. I love making bacon saltfish. That's such a quick, easy, you know, feel-good meal. People and soup. I could eat soup every single day. So I love making oxtail soup with dumpling.
Bring me a pot. Bring me a pot.
Stacy coming for you.
Watch your mouth, Papa. Stacy.
Yeah. So, actually, I have to start getting my I was just saying to myself, I got to make sure to pick up my meat for my pepper pot. Okay. So to get that started early this year. I'm gonna try. My daughter, I was supposed to start practicing. Yes, I can make pine tarts. I sure can. My mom made sure that was one of the best gifts she ever taught me, was how to cook. You know, as much as I resisted, she made sure to teach me everything before she died. So I know how to make pepper pot. I know how to make all just about everything my mom knew. The only thing I never learned how to make, and it's because I was too hard airs, and I would never, you know, go to her house when she was making it, was roti.
Roti, girl, you clap roti, scorn by. Some clapping royalty. Love clapping royalty. Remember to me?
To the point where I made a whole video about it, and I'm actually gonna post that this week. That was a video I posted last year because I was so stressed out because I couldn't find any roti, and I made this video in my car, and everybody loved it. But I was really being honest. I wasn't trying to make people laugh. I was just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I need some roti to go with this curry, with this duck curry. So yes, I actually roti. And I want to say bread too, but the bake is very similar to bread. I've just never put it in the oven. I just always fry it.
Hold up. Stacy just came some off the wall shit. I've never heard this one before.
What? I didn't even see it.
You want some fish pepper pot. I never heard of it.
Fish pepper pot? Yeah, I've never heard of that either.
Stacy, what are you talking about?
We might all have to eat fish pepper pot this year with the price of this oxtail. These oxtails over here, they want $15 a pound for oxtail.
That's a damn shit. That shit too expensive.
Yeah, oxtail used to be $2.99 a pound. So Stacey might be on to something.
She got money, so she got money. I need pillows, scone. She got some pillows. But before we definitely get out of here,
okay.
My last couple questions. What you got coming up? I see you have something coming up, a nice comedy show. I want you to tell the people your comedy show that you have coming up. I think it's just before Christmas, and it has.
Actually, I'm not in that comedy show anymore. I actually posted a cancellation announcement about that comedy show.
I'm sorry. Okay, I thought you should. I didn't see that. Okay, X that out. That's
okay.
No.
I do actually. I have the next. I'm sorry?
What do you have coming up?
So I will be recording the collaboration videos with Wello and his wife this week. I do have a potential hosting engagement on New Year's Eve, and then 2 definite appearances on New Year's Day. I have another interview coming up. I'm still in the process of planting seeds because the next interview is scheduled for January 8th.
Okay.
And then I'm making an appearance at Mel Vibe's comedy show in February.
We had Mel Vibe
later on in the year. I've been invited as a guest to Guyana Day, Coney Island, but that's not until September. So.
Yeah. Okay. We had Mel Vibes on the platform also. He came to talk with us too.
Okay.
I think he works for the hospital or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He came to talk with us. He's from Guyana. I mean,
yeah.
Like I said, We Are Flatbush is all about having a platform for people to speak their mind, speak the truth, the history of the Flatbush era. They got it on. Let the people. Our platform is your platform, and you can always hit us up and be like, "Yo, listen, man, I want to let your crowd know and let your followers know what we got going on." And that's what we here for the support to make Flatbush bigger than it is. You know what I'm saying? Because Flatbush is in a world of itself. That's how we started this. That's why we to do this, because we started to realize that Flatbush is in a world of itself. You have the Caribbean, you have the Americans, you have all types of cultures, and
the big melting pot.
Melting pot. So it was only right that we put this together and we get people like you that's upcoming, people that's doing their thing and want to talk to us and let our people know what they got going on and spread the word. So we honored and we are blessed to have Diamond Natural on our platform,
Thank you.
Comedian coming out of Flatbush. Spent time in Flatbush. It was an honor. You know what I mean?
It was definitely an honor.
I know you're going to tell me something. Matter of fact, before you go, hold up. Give me a 1 minute. Can you give us a 1 minute stand-up comedy?
Oh, gosh.
Give us a 1 minute. Give us a 1 minute.
Well, so here's the thing. These are characters, right? So I need to get into character. Joycelyn, a lot of people love Joycelyn, eh? So Joycelyn, I realize is my aunt who passed away.
Okay.
Yeah, Joycelyn, my aunt passed away a couple months ago, and my aunt was a straight shooter. You talk to her reckless, she would cuss you in a heartbeat. And so So yeah, I really gotta get into character for Joycelyn. I know, you know, Joycelyn got a extra pepper pot, and Joycelyn is extra pepper pot. But Joycelyn actually going to Guyana
Mm.
for Christmas, which with your nephew, Wello, and your wife, the American girl. Joycelyn don't like this American girl. So
Okay.
y'all be sure and tune in to find out what happened with Joycelyn and this American girl when they go to Guyana.
All right. So we will wait. I wanted to salute your daughter for the lawyer that she is. I see she's your PR. People's in the comments.
Well, no, the one who said she's the PR, she's the younger one.
Oh wow.
She's actually she keeps telling me, she's like, Ma, they keep calling me Samantha. So if you, because in a lot of my videos I call my daughter Samantha, and so you could say that Samantha is now also a bus driver because she just started with transit. She just completed her training this week. Yes, that's my younger daughter. She's also an artist, and so it's my older daughter who's the attorney.
Oh, okay. So you got your daughter's in a good path. One a lawyer, one following your work skills, and and they support you. How that feel? Kids support you, your dreams. Like, you know what I mean? Because most kids be more ashamed of their parents. Like they just. So your kids are supporting you. They on the live. They are there rooting for you. They like, come on, like how does that feel when your kid? Because I know how it feels for me. But my son,
it feels. I tell them all the time. I'm like, y'all just make me feel so nice when y'all cheer me on, and tell me. And because the last thing I want to do is embarrass them. And sometimes I have to. That's my cousin. Sometimes I have to watch what I say because a lot of their friends follow my page too. And I always try to be responsible with my content, and not get too really, really reckless the way I know I could, even though I'm cussing and carrying on. I always have to think, I hope that this might embarrass my kids. So, but it feels good. And, and they give me a lot of, they help me out. I kind of learned how to navigate TikTok myself, but, they tell me what works and what doesn't work, coming from, so they help me out with the younger generation.
That's what's up, though, man. I like that because I'm a family guy. I love my son. Yeah. And I like my son will support.
How old is your son?
He's 23.
Oh, okay. Okay, so he's a year younger than my daughter.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? Don't let him go outside. I mean, he's a hawk. He's a shark. He's a shark out there with them girls there. But I just like the fact that, sometimes me and my son could go and hang out. Like, if I call him and be like, yo, you want to go for a drink? Want to go hang? Like, it's cool to go hang out. Like, you know what I mean? And it feels good that you can hang with your kid and get them to eat and y'all talk. Even to keep it real, my son checked me one time and that felt good. That felt good.
My kids, they'll do that to me too, especially because I'm a big kid. So a lot of times the things I'm laughing at, they're like, that's not funny and you need to grow up. Yeah. They sure will. They'll tell me in a minute, like, you're taking this too far.
But I ain't gonna lie to you, too. I'm writing a little movie also, so I hope I could get you to be a cameo of what we doing. We working on something ourselves. I ain't really able to that out, but we're looking for you. Yeah, I'm looking on the. So I would like to get. You know what I mean? I would love to have you involved in it, or you know what I mean, to be a feature, a guest, or the way. But is there anything else you want to tell our followers before we leave here? What you got going on and how to follow you and how to keep updated what you got going on?
Okay, well, the best way to keep connected with me is on my social media handles. I am on Facebook. However, Facebook is reserved for family and friends. So it's right here on Instagram, diamond_natural. And my handle is also the same on TikTok, diamond_natural. I wanted to make it easy for everyone to follow me. And, I try to stay consistent and keep everyone updated. But before I go, I just want to thank everyone again so much for their support. And thank you, Popeye, for taking the time out to sit with me on a Sunday night. And I love you guys too. And, to, to introduce me to the community. And it's just, I love my people for real, whether it's American, Guyanese, Caribbean. It's just, I love spreading love, and I love when, there's peace, when peace reigns supreme. And I just love being a part of that. So thank you for your continued support and motivation. You guys are really helping to lift and carry me and really take my skill set to the next level, because it's helping to build my confidence.
We always here. If you need us, we always here. We ain't here today.
I appreciate it.
We always here. You got a problem, you got a situation, hit up Stacy, hit up us, and we will work something out. We will make something happen. Believe me. I'm a man of my
word. Thank you so much.
All right. All
right.
And thank you for jumping on. We are flat.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, everyone.
I'll be ending.